Across our broadcast districts, we head now into the Mallee of Victoria and the Southern Mallee Giants report with Sammy White. He joins me now. G'day, Sammy. How are you?
Yeah, good flow, man. Going well.
All right, that's good to hear. Now, let's just hear something that a lot of folk just haven't had the privilege of in your club. All of your sides sing. I got to give them credit, Sammy White. That was the under-14s that were singing the song. They mercied the opposition Minya Matawa, and you won all 3 games on the day.
Yes, man. It was a really good weekend. It was great to see the under-14s kick off well with an early win. They've obviously been training really hard, and it's good to see them get a bit of reward for effort. So, and they were obviously pretty passionate singing the song, which is good to hear.
Yes, they were. I'll tell you what, they're pretty passionate all round. Getting some feedback here at the station, and I'm not talking about radio feedback, I'm talking about audience feedback. They're telling me that Sammy White's doing a pretty good job, but apparently he manicures himself at the Thursday night training in front of the mirror and practices his speech that he's going to do with the Flowman.
Yeah, Flowman. It's been a really stressful few weeks. Talking to you each weekend, just can't quite concentrate out there. So, yeah, I need to get my mind back on the job, I think.
Yeah, also, somebody quipped that where's Sammy White and the best players since he's been with the Flowman?
Yeah, form's been dropping off, Flowman. It's a serious struggle, but hopefully this week we'll bounce back.
Yeah, they say you've got a face for radio anyway, which is some good compliments coming back to the station on your performances each week. So it's great to see. But let's get to the serious stuff, because the performance of the week was when you beat Minya Matawa. I've called it the Delahunty Cup. Now, am I told that Kieran and Cousin, I think one of the Lockett might be, decided at the start of the game to just get in a little bit friendly with each other?
Yeah, there was a little bit of push and shove, which was sort of expected, but no, nothing too serious. It was honestly probably not as much sort of niggle as I thought there would be. It was a pretty well handled game, and it wasn't any too serious melees throughout.
And you kept yourself out of all of that trouble, but Sammy Waddell, he just massively contributed. He was magnificent again, and when he does go on his overseas gallivant, you're going to seriously miss his drive. He getting the ball to Josh Webster, kicking 5, was a feature of the game.
Yes, it's always great to have Sammy running up and down the wings. He's obviously a tall midfielder and can obviously take a really good mark. So every time we sort of transition from back to forward, he's always a pretty instrumental part in that. It was quite funny. Slammer was on one side of the wing doing it for us, and then Tanner Smith for Minya, if he was on the other side, sort of doing it for them. Both big tall midfielders sort of taking good marks, so it was good to watch.
Yeah, great stuff. I tell you what, there were some pretty good players. Jackson Fisher, he's been good. He's been good. The boy from Yapete having an absolute belter in this game. Rupert Sangster is good back there too. And as you mentioned, Smith with 3 for Minya Matawa and 5 to Josh Webster, one of the leading forwards in the competition. It's a very good start to the season. Without getting too far ahead of ourselves, the Southern Mallee Giants have played 2 matches and you've got 2 wins. So it's a real good start from a football point of view in the senior footy grade.
It's the start we wanted. We obviously knew we had a good side until the season starts. Yeah, you never know where you're going to sort of settle in the ladder position, but obviously got Saints coming up this week. We always seem to struggle a little bit against them. They seem to match up well against us, so it'll be another good week to sort of gauge where we're at.
Certainly will be. Let's have a look at the 2s. The reserve grade, some absolute stars here. You beat a side, Minya Matawa, who go deep. There's nothing short of that. The Boroughs have always got good reserves. They've always got a good senior side, but they seem to be able to go deep into the next 20 blokes, and they had you on measure many other times at this grade. But this time around, the Southern Mallee Giants have won 6-8-44 to 6-4-40 in an absolute belter of a 2s game.
Yes, it was. It's probably one of the best 2 games I've seen in a long time. Both teams had a lot of depth in their 2s and a lot of good players running around. It was close all day, and right at the end, the Giants were able to sort of kick a goal within the last couple of minutes to seal the deal.
What about their performances? Liam Price, he'd be pushing back into the senior side, that's for sure. Timmy McCormack, Daniel Garner, Matty Bellinger, Dylan Marshman, Cooper Morris, and Tim McCormack and Mike Saunders, both booted to 2 apiece. And with the big fridge Jonty got on the score sheet, they would have made sure of the celebration too.
Yeah, big fridge is always good for a celebration. Not sure how Dylan Marshman, word on the street is he's gone out and bought himself a big tub of Grippo this week. He dropped a couple of sitters in the first quarter, but come good late. Liam was good all day. He running through the midfield, a bit of experience, pointing everyone around, and even Timmy McCormack. I think he was the one that kicked the sealer. So he's Timmy's got the call up this week back into the seniors. So it'll be good to see him having a run around in the ones again.
Tell you what, there's some pretty good players. I mean, you did still find room in the reserve grade for Taylor Donnan. Was his performance up to scratch? I noted that no score from him.
Yeah, he was a little bit quiet, Turbo, but he'll get better as the season goes on, Flowman. He's had a big week on the training track, and I'm looking forward to see what he can do this week.
Turbo's been telling us that for 20 years, and he'll get better as the years go by. Good stuff. What about this mercy rule? The Southern Mallee Giants in the 14s have been able to beat Minyat Matoa 8-12-60 to no score. It's never happened before for your boys. What was the feeling around the club like? We heard the song just sung a bit earlier, and I mean, it was fascinating to see, but what was that feeling like around your club?
Oh, it was great to see, Flo, man. After the game, the whole club rooms were full with our supporters and whatnot who come along every week to watch those young boys play. And to see them finally get a win, and a really convincing win, was great to see. And, obviously you can hear in the tone of their voice how happy they were to finally get a good win. So, it means a lot to the club that the juniors are enjoying it.
Oh, they are. Maxie Roberts booted 3, Harrison Williams 2, Isaac Credlin, Kobe Hallam, and also Kobe Hallam. I got 2 Kobe Hallams. I'm not sure how both Kobe's. Is there 2 Kobe Hallams?
No, there's only one, I think.
Oh, it might be one of the other Hallam boys. There are 3 of them playing in the side that kicked the other goal, but you know who kicked them. Hey, listen, what about this Maxie Roberts? His 3 goals. Ollie Credlin out of the middle too, very good. Harrison Williams, very good. These kids have grown a lot in size, and they're actually a much better developed side now, and maybe the fact that they've been playing together for so many years is a good thing, but it just feels to me like they're building something here.
Yeah, I hope so, Flowman. Hopefully the momentum continues. Max Roberts, he's got a lot of skill and a lot of talent, so if he keeps training hard, he's sort of one of the older boys now, and hopefully he's leading the boys in the right direction. They could hopefully get a bit of momentum and get another few wins in the upcoming weeks.
Yes, looking forward to it. Other good players were Finn Shannon and Leith Horman. Having a look at what's happening up at Hopeton. Finally, feels like we've been months playing footy, and you've got a home game up there at Hopeton for the Giants, and you've got a big Meet the Players night, and the girls have got for the afternoon against the Saints, you've got a pink day for raising money for breast cancer.
Going to be a good flow, man. Good day. Finally get a home game. It's been a bit of a long time coming. So everyone's looking forward to having a good time at the Meet the Players function that Saturday night. And during the day, like you said, there's a breast cancer sort of awareness day. They're calling it Pink Day. So hopefully, as many people can call through over to the netball, and I think Trish Lehman and there's a bunch of other girls set up a really nice afternoon lunch, and they'll have some bubbly and stuff over there. So anyone can get over there and buy yourself you can buy a pink lady and put your name on it, or anyone that's been affected by breast cancer, they can write their name on there as well.
Yeah, that's good. Well done, girls. Having a look at the Saints, they across the board in the 14s early on, they're in 7th spot. They aren't as strong in this year's 14s as they are normally in this age group, but they had a couple of early hard games. Your blokes are above them on the ladder because of that win last week. Look, this is it's certainly competitive. They now know that they can be competitive, your boys. I reckon there'll be a big crowd out watching early this week.
Yeah, I hope so. No, we normally get a good following to the 14s. A lot of people come and support the young fellas. So if they can dish up what they did last week, I'm sure everyone will be there cheering them on the whole way.
Well, it's going to be good to see the reserve grade too, because your side comes up against the Saints side, and is the depth going to be still in your reserves? I mean, are you promoting a couple of those blokes back into the seniors? Is that going to hurt you this week?
We're pretty lucky in the two situation at the moment. We do seem to have quite a few numbers. There are a couple coming up back up to the seniors this week, which will give an opportunity for two or three to fill their positions. I'm not sure if you're familiar. Do you know G-Mac McKenzie, Flowman?
I don't know him, but to tell me about him.
G-Mac's come in for the first game. He's been in love with footy since 1982. He's since the day he was born, and he's been training hard all pre-season. Unfortunately, missed out on the first couple of games, but he's persisted and finally got himself a gig. So it's a name to look out for, Flowman.
Well, he's in my vintage almost. If he's an 80s shot, I mean, I'm a little bit earlier than that. But G-Mac McKenzie, look out for him. Is he playing in the twos at Hopeton?
Yeah, he is. But no, I'm thinking the boys should have got a good team on paper, so I'd expect them to definitely put up a good fight this week.
Oh, good stuff. All right, I'm looking forward to the seniors match. It's going to be an absolute belter of a game. Your blokes come up against the Saints. You mentioned earlier that they have been a bit of a bogey side at times for you. And what are you going to be bringing to this match with those inclusions, and maybe let us know what the inclusions are?
So Liam Price has come back up. Timmy Cormack's come back up. Yeah, a bit of a change up from the game last week against Matoa, but we're still pretty confident with the side we've got out there. All those players have played senior footy before, but like you said, Saints it took us a couple of years to knock them off when we first come into the Wimmera League. So it's never an easy game. They always seem to match up well against us, and so we'll hopefully get an early start and get a few on the board and see how we go.
Sammy White will get some form back, even though his media career has taken him to new heights. And Coleman, he's sent me a message actually to say just now. He's actually commenting on it. He says, "G'day, Flowman. I thought I'd better let you know that myself, Lou, and Zach that walked in on Sammy in the change rooms last night, practicing talking to you, Flowman. See, the boys are keeping an eye on you."
Yeah, they're following me around like sheep, Flowman. They just unfortunately, I asked Colin for a couple of tips, and he didn't have too many good ones. So I've been left to my own here.
Oh, good stuff. I'm looking forward to a great game of footy. The girls with the pink day, and also the home game, and meet the players afterwards at Hopeton. Sammy, you've been a good sport today. Been set up pretty well, I reckon, and we'll look forward to chatting to you about the Southern Mallee Giants and hopefully some wins against the Saints that next week.
Yes, thanks, Flowman. Cheers.